Peace and blessings. Back again for another installment. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian. Right now, I want to talk to you about a mentor. What is a mentor? How is mentor defined? How to find a mentor, etc. Um, a lot of times, growing up in uh, one of all things, growing up in poverty, growing up in lack, growing up in the ghetto, the hood, south side, east side, west side, whatever your side is, you find yourself in a situation where there's a lot of negative influences, um, lack of role models, lack of people to emulate and follow after. So I want to make this video about how to find a mentor. You can share this with your little cousin, your little brother. Um, you could just use it for your own good. This is just what helped me along my path and throughout my journey, what I've kind of learned about myself and how I got more insight from my mentor. So, what is a mentor? A mentor is a close, trusted guide or someone that advises you. So, again, a mentor is a close, trusted advisor or a guide, a counselor. So, this trusted advisor, close counselor, and experienced guide is again somebody that's experienced. Now, there's nobody in your community to become uh, your mentor. How do you find a mentor to emulate? Well, you have to keep in mind that the mind can travel. Man can travel without his body moving. What does that mean? That means that you can go places that um, you've never seen with your physical eyes, or you never uh, touched with your physical hands. Um, so you can travel with the mind. How do you travel with the mind? You study about different times and climes, meaning you could study about, when I say times, that means different time periods, epochs, ages. So you can study about the 1960s. You can study about the 80s, and the hip hop era. You can study about um, the Harappan civilization in ancient, Hindustan, or in the Indus Kush Valley, which is in India. You can study the Nile Valley civilizations. You can study ancient Greek civilizations. You can study different various times. Um, when I say climes, that means climates. It's not necessarily climate in terms of the weather, but the philosophical mind state that was dominating the public mind. So, in certain eras, certain philosophies were dominating. So there was more of a philanthropic philosophy that was, spread by the people, or there was more humanitarianism, or there was more socialistic philosophy, or there was more individualistic philosophy. Whatever the situation is, that's a climb. That means it's a different climate. So what you can do is you can study people from different time periods. So, for example, I'll give you an example of someone named Malcolm Little. He was born in the 20th century. He's commonly known as Malcolm X. He can be someone's mentor. Now, how can someone be your mentor? You just study their moves, study their path, study their advice, read their books, read books by other people about their life. Listen to their idioms. An idiom is like a statement of truth. Listen to their debates, their arguments, their speeches, and the way that you find a mentor, you find somebody that's experienced in the field that you want to be a master in. There's somebody named Will Smith. Everybody knows him. He stated that anytime you want to do something, you can find a book written about what you want to do, because there's nothing new underneath the sun. So um, if you want to build a building or become an architect, or if you want to become an engineer, you want to go help some children out in Alabama or rural Nevada or something. There's people who have done it, or if they haven't done it, they can direct you to people who have done it. So what you do is you have to start formulating a desire within you and say, what do I want to do with my life? And then go from there. And once you find out, hey, what do I want to do with my life? And it doesn't have to be ultimately what do you want to do with your life. It could just be a phase. Like right now, I'm interested in traveling. Let me look up a mentor that can help me with traveling, and that's just someone who has that experience. When you say trusted, when I said trusted advisor, trusted guide, you trust them because they have the results that you're looking for. You trust people with results that you want to obtain. You don't trust people who just talk at the mouth. You want to trust someone who has demonstrated the fact that they have mastered um, the experiences and gained experiences that you want to experience. So if you're in the hood, how do you find out about these people? You can go to the library. There's public libraries in every hood, every city. So and if it's not in your area, you can catch a bus to somewhere else. You can ride your bike to somewhere else. You can ask for a ride to somewhere else. You go, or you can just hop on the internet while you're at the library, or you pick up a book, talk to the librarian, and say, "Hey, I'm interested in this topic or this person," and you find the great ones from that era, from that topic and that philosophy, and you study them. And this way you can have mentors that don't necessarily have to be right with you in person. And there's a lot of people that put out books that promote how to eat healthy, how to, you know, improve your basketball skills, how to, run faster, how to raise dogs, how to do all kind of things. There's people who can teach you how to be a better man, be a better woman, how to be more spiritual, things like that. Some of my mentors coming up, I remember I used to study Confucius. Confucius used to be one of my mentors. Now, Confucius lived thousands of years before I even existed. So, but the minds can connect because of the written language. Now we have internet and things like that, so you can have mentors that are current that you can create a mentorship and they wouldn't even know about it. You could study these people from afar. Elon Musk is one of my mentors because I study his life. He's the one who started the Tesla, the car. He's the one who started Solar City. He's the one who started these different companies. He's done amazing things, groundbreaking things. So he's one of my mentors. Somebody named Paramahansa Yogananda. He's an amazing spiritual brother from India who basically brought over the Kriya Yoga and different yogic Eastern Indian philosophies. Somebody named Ashoka. He was an ancient emperor in India. He was very humanitarian and did some amazing things for his people. Although he was a king, he was a servant king. He served the people. He's one of my mentors. Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali, Will Smith. Certain aspects of his life, he's become my mentor. So there's ways to get mentors without actually ever having to meet those people. Frederick Douglass, Dr. Sebi, Shirley Chisholm. I could just rattle off a list of my mentors: Ralph Waldo Emerson, James Allen. There's just so many, and these people have strengthened me with their wisdom throughout my dark times when I didn't necessarily have parents or didn't necessarily have guides to really help me out. And the last thing I really want to talk about when it comes to mentorship is that all these mentors are excellent, but the greatest mentor of all is going to be yourself. As you start to cultivate yourself and learn from these outside mentors, you're going to realize that these outside mentors are just a reflection of your inner self developing. So you are already that which you're trying to become. You already have that potentiality within you. So once you realize that, you start developing things like intuition and the inner voice, and dealing with meditation and things like that. You'll learn that the greatest mentor, the greatest trusted, experienced, close guide is the soul, the higher self. And what is the higher self? The higher self is Allah and man. What is Allah? Allah is just a name for the creator of the universe. Allah is a creator of the universe. Some people say God, some people say Yahweh, some people say Jehovah, some people say the All, some people say the Mother God, the Father God. Some people say different names, but we're united with that infinite creator and that source, and you realize that is the greatest mentor, that mentor within, that still small voice that you could find. But again, if you're in the hood, you're without, you're interested in agriculture. There's a sister named, I just totally forgot her name. Why do I always forget her name? There's a brother named Vivekananda. He's a spiritual brother who Vandana Shiva, that was her name. She's one of my mentors. So you have so many amazing people that you can follow after and be a mentee of, and they don't even have to meet you. Zumbi de Spalmares, he's one of my mentors. There's a lot of people that can teach you how to be great, how to be a great actor, how to be a great father, how to be a great brother. Because sometimes people feel like, oh, I don't have this mentor. I wasn't born in this area, so I can't find these people. And once you again put that desire out, saying I want to be taught, I want something to guide me. I need a guide. The guide will come, because if you knock, the door will be open. If you seek, you shall find. Right. So that's the situation here. It's just a draw that I had, something I wanted to talk about. Growing up, my father was my first, main mentor. He molded me and guided me. But as I grew older, I developed other mentors when he wasn't around, and when I needed some type of guidance. I went to those mentors. Okay, so peace and blessings. Find the mentor within after you find those mentors without.